Hey guys, Smalls here, and this is Trailer Day, where I go through all the trailers that came out during the week and review them. How do I review these trailers? I base it on what I see, how I feel, and what I can take away from it. And if you don't know what trailers I'm talking about, I will have a link in the description below. Now let's get started. So the first thing that I saw this week was the Fighting with My Family final trailer. Again, it's a wrestling movie about Paige, starring The Rock. I believe this movie is actually coming out this week, so kind of a late trailer. Yeah, the trailer it's more or less the same format as the previous ones. Some segments got maybe replaced with something new. Uh, that's just it. And they kept most of the important stuff. It still feels like the same trailer actually. Um, but there's some new dialogue, there's some new scenes and new comedy beats. But overall, it's the same feel of the last. It's a little bit lighthearted with that, little sense for a drive of perseverance or, hope. And yeah, that's it. I give Fighting with My Family, the final trailer, a B. Next, we have The Dirt Netflix trailer. This is another film within the resurging trend of rock band films. This time featuring Motley Crue. It looks wild, as it should, because it's Motley Crue. And the cinematography that I've seen in this trailer doesn't exactly make this look like a high budget film. I mean, of course, it's on Netflix, but it's also it also has in terms of the low budget look, it kind of looks dated, considering that it's almost a period piece. It's taking place between a period. I don't remember when Motley Crue was relevant. Was it like 80s, 70s? I don't know. You tell me. The trailer was obviously cut to, I assume, was Motley Crue's music. It should be. But overall, the trailer was good. Too bad whatever was in the trailer wasn't compelling enough to hook me in. But it was good. So I give The Dirt, the Netflix trailer, a B. Next, we have The Highwaymen, another Netflix trailer. This film is starring Kevin Costner and Woody Harrelson as lawmen after the infamous couple Bonnie and Clyde. So this trailer felt kind of long for me. It kind of is kind of long. I mean, it still is a Netflix trailer, so it's not your typical trailer, but it's a film. And this trailer felt long to the point where it felt like a series. Like, are they showing me something that's happening as a streaming a streaming series? No, no. It may have felt long, but it certainly didn't take away from its cinematics. It certainly looked like a movie. The performances seem solid, as you would expect with Costner and Harrelson. But what was going on in the trailer? The plot was simple and laid out. Sure, these two lawmen going after Bonnie and Clyde, but there was also a lot going on in this trailer, considering the length, that kind of made the story seem a bit more complicated than it should be. Overall, I do like it, but it could have been easier to understand. So I give The Highwaymen, the Netflix trailer, a B. Next, we have The Secret Life of Pets 2, the Rooster character trailer. It introduces Harrison Ford's character is a dog named Rooster. Yeah. I have a little bit more understanding of the plot when they bring back, I assume, is the main characters of the whole damn movie. They go to a farm, they meet Rooster, and they meet farm animals. But it's still not enough. It's like, why did they go to a farm? I don't know. Why are you making these character trailers, and why should I care about this movie? They're not giving me reasons to care. And the humor in this trailer fell flat for me compared to the previous ones. It seemed more like on the mature kind of humor. or like it's kind of a deeper message, but it just didn't work because it felt like something that I've seen before, especially with an animation. So I give the Secret Life of Pets 2, the Rooster character trailer, a C plus. Now moving on to Rocketman, official trailer number 1, starring Taron Egerton as Elton John. It's another biopic of a musical star, much like Bohemian Rhapsody covered Queen, well, mostly Freddie Mercury. But this is now covering Elton John, and I believe Bryan Singer was tied to this, but I think he was tied to Bohemian Rhapsody and this, but he passed it off to another director. I can't remember his name. This actually looks visually pleasing and musically riveting. It looks fantastical. I mean, as much as Elton John's, set pieces and, his music, it certainly, I mean, his persona as well, it looks great. It almost looks like a musical. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if it is, but it's it's based off of Elton John, but you would think it's just a serious biopic with Elton John's music, but certain parts look like it's a musical. Like, hey, this looks pretty good. Of course, it's cut to Elton John's music in the same way that they cut trailers for Bohemian Rhapsody, but done such a way that they nailed it. Yeah, the trailer cut to Elton John's music was just perfect, in my opinion. Taron Egerton's performance, it seems certainly uncanny. I mean, he's met Elton John. He's worked with him on Kingsman 2. So yeah, I'm sure he's gotten pointers on how to act like him. Yeah, I'm totally looking forward to this, and this trailer made me more excited as a trailer in general should. Yeah, I don't think there's anything wrong with this trailer. Not in my opinion. I can't think of anything wrong. I'm actually looking forward to this movie, and I'm looking forward to it more. I give Rocketman trailer number 1 an A plus. Hey, that's my first A plus trailer review. Yay. Now let's move on. Next we have Poms trailer. It's a comedy starring Diane Keaton and Pam Grier. They sound familiar, but they're lovely old women as senior housing residents, also wanting to become cheerleaders. I don't know. I didn't do my research, but I think they're the mothers of famous actors we know. I'm not sure. Maybe they are famous in a time that's way before mine. The comedy in this trailer is both kind of light and kind of dark, and almost raunchy. it's dark in the ways that it kind of should be when involving characters like these. It's almost borderline wrong, but you know what? I don't know. It's kind of makes you feel dirty laughing at it. But you know what? They're the ones making the jokes. The story provided is simple enough to understand. Old women wanting to become cheerleaders. Trailer was cut like it's a lighter comedy. Almost like a rom-com, even. Like, title cards and, bright colors and hopeful, hey. And then they have, like, dark jokes about death and, how their lives are actually quite short. And then, like, wow. But it also has a light and hopeful feel. But it also does conflict with that darker tone and dark humor and messaging. Like, okay. I mean, I kind of get it when you kind of want to balance it out. But sometimes balancing it out in a trailer will kind of make it butt heads a little. So I give Poms trailer B plus. Next we have the Angry Birds movie 2 teaser. And the Angry Birds are back. Yay. The trailer mostly featured what seemed like the new antagonist, a bird stuck in an icy, wintry environment, and the humor didn't land in this. Yeah, the animation looks like it didn't make much improvements. I mean, it looks more or less the same as the first Angry Birds. Didn't look like it took strides to improve its animation. And the writing in this trailer does seem a bit poor. The point or the plot is somewhat explained, not enough to indicate the whole story. I mean, what I got from it was that this bird in an icy environment is kind of stuck there, and he's kind of tired of that environment. So he launches an ice cannon towards the Angry Birds, and that's it. I don't know. That's what happened in the trailer. I'm like, so what's the point? What's gonna happen? And I don't know. Yeah, it's not enough to indicate the whole story. I'm assuming the whole story was that the bird is actually gonna go and invade or go to like a tropical place where the Angry Birds are living. Overall, this isn't a movie that I asked for. And what was shown in this teaser did not excite me at all. I give Angry Birds Movie 2 teaser a C-. Now moving on to Her Smell trailer. It's a film starring Elizabeth Moss and Cara Delevingne. About a trashy punk a band singer. Yeesh. The visuals look dirty and grungy, which I guess matches well with what I believe is what they intended for the film and the story and the character. The performances are quite clear. Considering that the protagonist is kind of that druggy sort of character role. I mean, it's a band singer. Yeah, they're probably going to be high on drugs and alcohol. So you certainly get that feel and vibe from this trailer. Overall, it looks fine. Hardly a clear plot was given. Yeah, they didn't really give us a story or a backstory, or I don't exactly know what band this is, if it's a real band or if this is based off a real character or a real person. It looks performance driven and could cater to a niche audience, and the title doesn't exactly match the trailer. Like, what about her smell? What's her smell got to do with the movie? I don't know. It looks like she smells stink, in my opinion. Yeah. It's an okay trailer for me. So I give Her Smell, the trailer, a B-. Moving on to The Kid trailer. It's a Western starring Dane DeHaan, Ethan Hawke, and Chris Pratt. And a Western, including the infamous Billy the Kid. It's exciting to see a new Western. It actually has more of that spaghetti Western feel. And I initially did not recognize Chris Pratt. And if you go into this movie, you will not see him until they introduce him. I mean, technically, him and Ethan Hawke were already in a Western. So I guess they have to change up one of those characters. It also introduces a young boy, one that the main story probably revolves around. Yeah, it seems like the major plot was based around this kid and how the kid is connected to Billy the Kid, and how there's sort of like a triangle between Billy the Kid, a lawman, which is, I assume, Ethan Hawke, and Chris Pratt's character, who is also related to the young boy. So there's likely like a triangle drama, and that's what I can take away from it. The trailer and the music was cut more like an action film, and in my opinion, it didn't exactly match the tone and the look of the film. Westerns should be like a slow burn kind of thing, and high tension. But I guess Westerns are tricky to cut to in these days because there's not much of them. But I certainly feel like cutting it in a sort of action vibe isn't exactly gonna help it. Yeah, the action cut, what it didn't match the tone of the film that they're presenting, in my opinion. Overall, the trailer has a pretty good cast and solid performances, but the cut of the trailer set it back from being great. So I give The Kid trailer a B. Next, we have Dragged Across Concrete trailer, starring Mel Gibson and Vince Vaughn as cops / partners that also delve into crime. The cut and the visuals of this trailer has like a retro vibe. It feels like it's in between the 70s and the 90s. Maybe it's in the 80s. Hey, it's in between. Somewhere in between then. It seems like a dark comedy, but also has a serious heist film sort of theme going for it. And it clashes together in this trailer. Like, how it conflicts is that there's certainly some humor, but it might not work for some people. And there's some shots and scenes of this film where it's like there's serious acting, there's serious performances. So it's hard to base what this movie is actually fully about. It seems like a dark comedy. It has that serious heist film vibe, and it just doesn't seem clear. There are a lot of one-liners that adds to the humor, and I think what they're going for is that retro feel to it. And overall, the performances seem stellar because of the cast that they have, and it's expected with like Mel Gibson and Vince Vaughn now. The retro vibe is distinct and cool, and the only thing that I would like from this trailer or the future trailers is that I'd like to have a better understanding of the plot and the tone of the film. So I give Dragged Across Concrete trailer a B. Now our final trailer for today is the Ugly Dolls character trailer. I'm seriously getting tired of these Ugly Dolls trailers the more that I see them. It runs through the different talents that's playing the Ugly Dolls, like Kelly Clarkson, Steve Blake. Well, is it Steve Blake? I don't know. See, I don't care. You don't need to watch this trailer. Hell, you might not even need to watch this movie. This trailer is cringy and doesn't cover anything new that you should care about. That's my honest opinion. This trailer's not funny. It introduces these singers that's non-actors as the characters in this film. It doesn't exactly cover the theme of the movie, which I assume it's again ugly versus imperfection. I mean, ugly versus perfection. My bad. Yeah, this trailer didn't exactly help. I think they're trying to compete with the character trailers from, I don't know, The Secret Life of Pets 2. But I don't know what they're doing. This trailer wasn't needed, honestly, because I certainly understood that previous trailers had the characters that they're introducing in this trailer, but they're not helping. It's not helping with this one. So I give Ugly Dolls character trailer a D. So that has been it for this week's trailer day. I hope you liked what you've seen. I hope you can stick around for more. I try to do this every week, every Saturday, hopefully. And you know what? Today is actually February 23rd. Tomorrow is Oscars Day. There's likely going to be some new trailers, but I'll cover that next week. So if you like what you've seen, please like the video. That'll certainly help me out. Subscribe and stay tuned for more. So until then, I will see you next time.